Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Garfield movie. Before we started, I wanted to say a big thank you to Empire Movies for inviting me to the Garfield press screening. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. When I was a kid, my mom took me to see the live-action Garfield movie. I think it was 2006. I remember nothing about it. I was not the biggest Garfield fan growing up, so I essentially forgot all of the quirks that make Garfield Garfield. In this animated rendition of Garfield, Garfield is played by the legendary Chris Pratt, and this time he's not dealing with dinosaurs, so you don't have to see him do this every 5 seconds. I know that this film is really intended for children, and I mean young children, but I had an absolute blast watching it. This movie is about a cat who loves to eat junk food. How could you not love it? This might actually be my favorite performance by Chris Pratt. I think he does a really good job of conveying how lazy and foodie this cat really is. There are so many times I was bursting with laughter at the screen just because of all of the food jokes. If anything, it reminded me of how I felt when I was a kid when I was watching the original Kung Fu Panda movies, not Kung Fu Panda 4. I'm gonna have a word with you about that one. There is so much palpable chemistry and electricity between a cat and his food in this film. You actually feel that food is a character in the movie because of how much Garfield utilizes his entire existence and bases it off of food, whether it's pizza, whether it's deliveries, whether it's how he met his owner when he was a kid, even down to the development of his relationship with his dad, played by the legendary Samuel L. Jackson, all relating to food. This is the kind of movie that you watch that immediately after you want to go eat. And that's hard for me because I'm dieting right now. I'm trying to watch my weight. I know a lot of you may be asking, hey, if I'm an adult, do you think I would enjoy this film? If you have kids, I think you should definitely bring your kids with you. But if you are a person who A, loves cats, B, really loves food, and C, loves jokes about food, you should really go see this because it is just so adorable. The development of Garfield and his dad and how they have a tainted relationship and how the movie is essentially them coming back together again. It's such a wonderful father-son film. If you're a dad, please go take your kid to see this, especially if it's a son, because it's just so wholesome. There were a couple of moments in this movie where, I'm not gonna lie, I shed a tear. I shed a tear at the Garfield movie. My eyes are watering again. Yeah. It's really emotional stuff. It's really wholesome. Even though it's directed for kids, there's such a good message in the film about family that I really, really loved. And I also really love, even though this sounds so stupid, I really love how Garfield utilized his love for food as a tool and a weapon to his betterment. I know that it's crazy, and I know that that's not always a good message that you should give to kids, especially ones that are, maybe like me, who maybe overeat, but it is so wholesome and so adorable, and I think that it is a good time for every single member of the family. On a technical standpoint, because I'm doing 2 ratings now for every movie review, on a technical standpoint, I would give this film a 4 out of 5 stars, simply because the movie essentially is a family drama disguised as an animated film about a cat that talks and loves to eat food. Somehow, the producers of this movie make it feel so seamless. It makes sense. It never feels like it's too crazy. There's such emotional weight to it. But on the topic of enjoyment, my rating for Garfield would be 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not perfect because I did feel there was a good 5 minutes that could have been shaved off, especially in the middle when I won't give away spoilers, but there is a bit of it that could be shaved off. So it's not perfect in terms of enjoyment, but it is damn near close. This movie is so wholesome. I have a feeling this is going to be another $1 billion at the box office. It's Garfield, a very well-known property. Chris Pratt has been doing really well for himself. I dare say this is my favorite work by him. If I think about Chris Pratt, I really love Jurassic World. The Super Mario Bros. Movie was good, but as a Super Mario Bros. Fan, I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. I realized that I like playing Mario on my Nintendo Switch much more than I love seeing him because the references, that movie was based entirely off of references, but Garfield is its entirely own thing. I don't think there are a bunch of references to some old comic strip, but then again, I wouldn't know, but it didn't feel like it was pandering to nostalgia. It was just Garfield being Garfield, doing his thing and having a good time. Please go see this movie. I know families are probably going to see it, but hey, give it a chance. I think you might really enjoy it, even if you're an adult, especially if you like to eat. And if you're not dieting, please eat before this movie. You're going to get really hungry. I was struggling, man. Once again, thank you so much to Empire Movies for inviting me to the press screening. I really love you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.